Well guys, today I'm walking around visiting the castle of St. George, downtown Lisbon, also known as Alfama area. That's the entrance to the castle. I'm going to show you in a minute something very interesting, and I want to see if you can even guess what that is. That's the wall of the castle. The castle is inside, but for what I hear, there is not much to see there. It's just basically a garden and a high point in Lisbon where you can see downtown Lisbon. This is another door for the castle, but the point of interest is actually this. Let me see if you can guess what this is. This is a urinal, a peace place that's been here since the Roman times. When you walk around Alfama and you needed to take a piss, you would come right here and relieve yourself. Again guys, this has been here since the Roman times. To me, this is a point of interest. I took a piss here a long time ago, and so did the Romans. Another view of the same door by the urinal from the castle of St. George. To those that never been in Lisbon, this is Alfama, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, part of the Lisbon. So if you come to Lisbon and you don't come to Alfama, it's like you never came to Lisbon. Equivalent to if you go to New York City and you don't go to 42nd Street, Central Park, is like you never went to New York. The same thing applies here. Alfama, it's a must-see place. The same, down the hill is the famous church called the Sé. We're going to see it in a second. Now I am at one of the highest points here in Alfama, where you can see Tego River. There is a few places where you can have a beer. I'm gonna go right next to, as soon as I'm done with this video. Truly guys, Portugal, Lisbon is a beautiful place. If you ever decide to take a vacation away from United States, Lisbon is a place to consider. You will love it. I have told a few friends of mine to visit Portugal. They came and they kept coming back because it's truly an amazing place. And before I forget, if you come, don't forget to support our local artists. Let me show you.
Original painting. €5.
See, €5 each. And if you come to Portugal, you need to,
€3 Canario.
yeah, you need to support our local artists. That's how they make a living. Now I am at Terraço the Santa Lucia. That means Terrace of Santa Lucia. Looking at the river, Tejo. It's a beautiful place. Now, this is the root of the tree. Let me show you from a little bit of a way. This tree, supposedly, it's about 250 years. And what you see here, I am told that these are tumors of this tree. Unbelievable. Here in Alfama, there are still buildings that are from the 2nd century. So this is a very old, I believe the oldest area in Lisbon. Did I tell you guys that here in Alfama you can also find a pizza place? Not as good as Gino's, but pretty good. Well guys, once again, if you come to Alfama, the oldest part of Lisbon, don't forget to visit those little stores, local businesses like this. Let me show you around and let me show you what I find one of the most interesting things here. Look at the floor. Look at the shelves. This looks like lavatories from the times, who knows, 2nd century, 3rd century, 4th. They kind of adapt the old architecture to the modern times. I was just told by the young lady that what you see here, the things that look like lavatories, is from the 17th century, but the floor is much older than that. This is where the church that we're going to visit next built this up. This is part of the original street where they used to have the horses here. Probably the horses, they drank from those things that look like lavatories. What you see now is one of the most important places here in Alfama. It's called Sé. It's a church. Sometimes it's a museum. They have items inside for you to see. This was built on the 12th century, 1194 year. So this is also a must-visit place if you are here in Alfama. But like I said, coming to Lisbon without visiting the oldest place in Lisbon is like you never came.
Was afraid that the Arabs would fight back.
A point of interest, here Arabs used to occupy this space and they fought back the Portuguese or the Spaniards here in this area, 1194 or 95 year. We are still in Alfama, but this is a little street, where you can come, eat, have a drink, have a beer, fininho, imperial, here in downtown Alfama, before you go up the hill. This is the traditional, or how the streets of Alfama looks like. Before we were up there, but you really don't get a feeling of how the streets of Alfama are. This is it. There were no cars back then when Alfama was built. They were just horses. And this is how they used to be. Well guys, this concludes our walk through Alfama. Thank you for watching. Feel free to share the video if you enjoyed it. I always think of all of you while I'm doing my travels, while I visit new places. And I hope that you enjoy what I see. Thank you, until next time.